Yeah. We about to get that work in real quick.
Bluetooth connected.
We in here. We in the building. We waiting for y'all to get in the building real quick. We gotta make sure y'all in here.
Gotta make sure y'all ain't here.
Y'all paying attention. Y'all knowing what's good. Oh, most definitely, Quiz. You already know we up ski. We not mourning. It's a good day. All days is good days. We in here. Pause. We in there. We in there about to put that cash app in there. We in there with the cash app getting it done. What's good, Hamza? It's time. It's time. We working. I'm gonna have me a salad this morning. Shout out to what's good, what's goody, Brody. What's good with my man Brad John. Brad John's son. You already know what we about to do. We about to get a little light roll up. Hit that cash app. We just gonna break down some technical work this morning. We're gonna break down that technical work. We're gonna break down that technical. Oh, my John was doing a three-wheel motion. Then we gonna get to some training later. Train my man Dion. He wanna get the work in today. 10:32. We about to light this John and get cracking. Before we even get started, before we even get started, it's the season of Heruhuti. The Heruhuti. Heruhuti is 5 on the chart. He is 5 on the chart. Heru Huti. We're going to go to a time and place for all things. What you say? The South, noon to 3 p.m., June 21st to August 5th. Heru Huti. The Ut'a, or the Uche. It says your sympathetic is at its height. The earth is at its extreme point of heat absorption, and your body has lost an excessive amount of moisture. Your extreme lack of moisture emotional factor has brought you to your point of the greatest insensitivity and fearlessness. It is most auspicious for those undertakings that required a lack of fear of bodily harm, hard work, and zeal. As you lack moisture, make sure that you do not engage at this time in protracted undertakings. Protracted undertakings is long undertakings. Be careful. Do not forget to ask what is right. Do not take the exhaustion of your moisture into to the limits. See, it's rules involved. They telling you don't take the exhaustion of your moisture to the limits. Do not do it. It's not healthy. They telling you don't do it. They telling you do not take the exhaustion of your moisture to the limits. Then it says, we just getting it started off. It says, illness will visit in the north. You go down to the footnote, it says, see the Yellow Emperor Classic of Internal Medicine. It says, watch your blood pressure. That's very important. It says, June 21st, the summer solstice is the most auspicious time for your Uchat faculty. We got to go to the Uta. The Uchat faculty is the Kundalini serpent energy. They're describing it right now. I'm just trying to make room real quick. The Uchat faculty, but we gonna hold on. It says God's law refuses to believe in your own delusion. Now I see why you in every lie saying don't ignore it. That's deep. Pause. God's law refuses to believe in your own delusion. No, I see why you in every. That's what I'm telling people. This is why we gonna start it out with it. The ucha, cause this got to do with your body. When we go to the table of contents and we go to the Uchat. Because listen, I can explain to you what it is, but it's better to re-educate myself. But the Uchat or the Utat is the and the Nehebet is the serpent energies. There it is right there. 239, 262. 239, 262. Gotta know how to use the book. 239, 262. Go to the Uchat because they're saying this is the most auspicious time for your Uchat faculty. Then you go to the book, it's right there. The Nehebet and the Utat or the Uchat. Listen, we're gonna hit you with the Google John. Listen, this is why we do this, blood. You cannot ignore these laws, and it's your will. And I'm just gonna choose to use my channel sometimes before we get into the boxing, just to show you the original box. Pause.
Watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it.
You hear that? That's how you say this word. Watch it. Then listen, we'll do. It's they say it different in the Book of the Dead. They say it different. It's a different spelling. It's really spelled ut at, and then it'd be like ut, and then a apostrophe, and then at. The reason why is because ut the for the letter U in the hieroglyphics is the spiral, because it's kind of like oh ooh ah. So like those sounds represent a deeper vibration. They're vowels. So the U is a spiral, the Fibonacci spiral, the continuous spiral. So that's the serpent energy. Then At means earth because it's in the word tu, which is under, and At, underworld, tu At. So Tutan to means the clothed. He's clothed under. Anyway, Tut, Tu. So this is Nehebet and Uachet.
Nehebet watch it.
Nehebet Uachet.
Nehebet watch it.
Nehebet.
Nehebet watch it. Nehebet watch it. Nehebet watch it. Nehebet watch it.
Nehebet Uachet. Or Nehebet Ut'at. That's what they say. In Kemetic tradition, the science for manipulating two magnetic forces, which form the essence of all physical powers, was subsumed in the teachings associated with the symbols of the deities Nehebet, Ut'at, or Uachet. The powers were considered so important that they were made the tutelary deities. Hold on. We got to look up that word. Tut. It's right there. It got to do with tutoring, but because it's the trilateral root of tut. It says, and actually on this word, tut te, tut mean under, and te mean atoms of essence. It says serving as a protector, guardian, or patron, or patron. It says relating to protection or a guardian. Look, blood. So under the atoms of essence, La, because at the end of the day, Allah, and it's La Ri, and there is no such thing as a Ri. It would be La Ra, Tuta La Ra, and that's what that would mean, a guardian protection. Because if you break up every syllable, Lar or La, E, E could be I, La Ra. And Ra is consciousness and will, and Allah is consciousness and will. That's why they be mixing up these words. So let's see how you pronounce it.
Tutelary.
Tutelary. Tutelari. That's see when I be reading these languages, it be messing it get them dealing with my English.
Tutelary.
Tutelary. The powers were considered so important that they were made the tutelary deities of Kemet. It says Nehebet, which corresponds to the electronegative northern pole of the magnet, was the chief protectress of upper southern Kemet. Shout out to the 2 and 2 and here the 4. She is depicted as a woman wearing a white crown of the upper Egypt and holding a lotus scepter intertwined by a serpent, which together symbolizes the electromagnetic forces, the serpent of the psychic centers, the lotuses, the Uachet, which corresponds to the electropositive. The first one was the electronegative. This is the electropositive southern pole of the magnet, which is the chief protectress of lower northern Kemet. She is depicted as a woman wearing a red crown and a red crown of lower Kemet and holding a papyrus scepter intertwined with the serpent. Their correspondences to the poles of the magnet are revealed in the ceremony of embalming the dead, where the priest says to the mummy, the goddess Uachet or Ut'at comes into you in the form of the living Auraut, which is, my bad, the Auraut is the serpent energy to come out their head. That's what it's saying. Their correspondences to the poles of the magnet are revealed in the ceremony for embalming the dead, where the priest says to the mummy, the goddess Uache or Ut'at comes into you in the form of the living Auraut, and that's the serpent energy to come out the forehead, or the Ureus. It says to anoint your head with the Uachet and the Nehebet together make up the Oraut, or the serpent that comes out of the forehead, the Kundalini energy. That's what they make up. And it is the protectress. That's why it come out of the head of every pharaoh, because they watch the enemy. A serpent doesn't blink. It says, she, the Oraut, rises up the left side of your head and she shines from the right side of your temple without speech. I'm gonna say it again. She, the we gonna type that in here so y'all can understand how to pronounce that correctly, so y'all can hear it. Y'all ain't just gotta hear it from me. Make sure it's spelled Auraut.
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 Auraut. Because you, all of these words, raut, you have to pronounce them all phonetically.
Auraut.
Aruraut.
Auraut.
And then for short, it just has it oraut. Rises up the left side of your head, and she shines from the right side of your temples without speech, meaning this side of your brain doesn't use speech, it uses images. It says the goddess Uchak comes in, the goddess Uchak comes into you in the form of the living Araut to anoint your head with their flames. That's the Nehebet and the Aura and the Uchak, the Auchet. And it says she, the Auraut, rises up the left side of your head and she shines from the right side of your temples without speech. They rise up on your head during each and every hour of the day. Man, what? Each hour of the day, the serpent energies rise up your head and then go out the side of your right side of your temple without speech. See, this is the real science. This is man, even as they do for their father Ra. Listen, Ra is the consciousness and will of the supreme being. Let's not get that twisted. But you got to get it twisted because that's the serpent energy. It's the consciousness and will of the supreme being. Let's continue. It's levels. And because they never leave you, awe of thee is stricken unto your souls, which are made perfect. Man, what? Man, what? Man, what? See, this is why I be reading this. She, the Auraut, rises up on the left side of your head and she shines from the right side of your temples without speech. They rise up on your head during each and every hour of the day, even as they do for your father Ra, which is consciousness and will of the Supreme Being, which is on the Kabbalah chart. And through them, the terror which you inspire in the Holy Spirit is increased. The terror which I inspire in the Holy Spirit is increased. Do you see how technical that is? You have to increase terror on the Holy Spirit with your serpent energy so it can get up and move on your behalf. The body. Once you know it, listen, it don't matter how much I read it, I could just break it down. It's the law. That's why it's two people in here and two likes. Listen, man, this ain't for everybody. It's just not. It's just not for everybody. It says, I was just brushing up on Siker and Heruhuti using the Medu Netter, the 11 Laws book, the Nunkui Soul Coaching, and the Tree of Life, and the Tree of Life book by Amir Fatir. Three avenues, facts, 3 on 5 on the chart, my placement, and you breaking it down as well. Long story short, I will be hitting the store for appreciation. My bad on interjecting. There's no such thing. Good work. That's what we on here to do. It says, and because they never leave you, all of thee is stricken unto your souls, which is are made perfect. And because, listen, we're going to go back. It says, they rise up on your head during each and every hour of the day, as even as they do for their father Ra, and through them terror which you inspire. You inspire the terror. In the Holy Spirit is increased. The terror, the, the terror which you inspire in the Holy Spirit is increased. And because Uache and Nehebet rise up on your head, and because your brow becomes your brow, right here, your brow becomes the portion of your head where they establish themselves. Why do you think it come out the forehead? The serpent energy. That's where they establish themselves. And because your brow becomes the portion of your head where they establish themselves, even as they do upon the brow of Ra, of consciousness and will, and because they never leave you, all is thee is stricken unto your souls, which are made perfect. They there are the number of a very important correspondence in the above quotation. The Oraut, which will be explained later, is composed of the junction of the Uachet and the Nehebet. 2. The statement, and she shineth from the right side of the temples without speech, is exceedingly remarkable, as it shows that the Kamatians, the Kamatians, the blacks, possessed over 6,000 years ago the knowledge of the right side of the brain is speechless. We can go further and point out that the Kamatian kings placed the head of the vulture Mut, the symbol of motherhood, which corresponds to the Nehebet, the blue grayish cool, because the Nehebet is the cool energy, the water, the moisture. Electronegative force on the right side of the forehead, while the head of the cobra representing the Uachet is the warm reddish orange electropositive force, which is the sun energy, was placed on the left side of the forehead. By this, the kings of Kamit signaled that the psychic power was very important for the protection of the nation, and B, the acquisitive, cool, agreeable force of the Nehebet and Mut were over the domestic policy of the nation. As in turn, when you go into the Wagadumanji, which is the Mande Charter, which now is the Magna Carta, is the understanding of how to agree with things, levels. I'm reaching them. Where over the domestic policy of a nation meaning the Ouagadou the Ouagadou, which was now Mauritania, some of Guinea, and uh, it's on the map. Hold on, let me go to it to get a refresher. The Nawa. See, the Nawa is where um, Morocco is now. And then the Ouagadou is where Mauritania, Guinea, and some of the most of all of West Africa is. It was a large territory. It wasn't larger than Kush or Punt, but it was one of the largest. So that's what they saying. Those powers that's in your electromagnetic negative, the electronegative force, because that's a part of the same magnet, that's why they wear the serpent energy, and on the other it's the vulture moot. And it says, over the domestic policy of the nation, the southern part of Kemet, well away from the Asiatic desert homelands of the nomadic routes, was. If you go on the map, they talking about these right here. You see where Kush at and Kemet? This is the Asiatic right here, the black part. Where you go to Saudi, those are the Asiatic of Shemites. And that's where they saying they can just come into Kemet. That's where they saying south you couldn't come in. Nubia was down here, and for in Kush you had to come across that water, and we could see your ass and bag you while you trying to sneak in. On the time where you was trying to sneak in to the land of Kemet, that's why they had Upper Kemet was in the south, because that was the major part of Kemet, which was in Nubia, where I'm from. That's why I'm explaining it. And then it says, for the most part, home of the chief capitals of Kemet. The northern part of Kemet was placed under the Red Crown and the Uachet as a symbol of the hot offensive front protection the motherland from the hostility of the Asiatics. The Asiatics has always been on the back. It says the statement, they rise up on your head during each and every side hour of the day, even as they do for their father Ra, is the reference of the planetary hours. A great deal of confusion has arisen from the fact that most researchers into metaphysics have failed to note that metaphysical references to planets refer to not the celestial bodies themselves, but the modalities of the life force which they symbolize, which is the alchemical states, which fire, air, water, earth, metals, and things like that. It says the moon corresponds to the cooling, hence moisturizing state of the life force, the sun to the hot, hence the drying state, and so on. As we stated, the alchemical states. The planetary modalities dominate each hour of the day. Each day begins at sunrise with the planet that gives it its name and quality. Moon day, Monday. Following the tree of life, the planetary spheres 3 to 9, which is Seker to Set. It says Saturday begins with Saturn, ruling the first hour from sunrise. You see, even in the macrocosm, they have microcosm that because the first hour of the day of sunrise is Saturn. He says, begin with the ruling of the first hour from sunrise, following for an hour each by Jupiter, Mars, Sun, Venus, Mercury, the Moon, and back to Saturn, etc. If we follow the planets for 24 hours, we will find that the next day, Sunday, will begin with the sun governing the first hour from sunrise. It is followed by Venus, Mercury, etc. The next sunrise will begin with the moon, following by Saturn, Sunday, and then Tuesday with Mars in each day. For the detailed look at the subject, going Llewellyn's George's and George's Improved Perpetual Planetary Hour book. See, they explain all of this. Ong Hung Kishang. Yeah. The Oraut, the third eye, the Anja. That's why it's important because the Oraut or the Uraus, the third eye, the Anja, the pineal gland. Shut up! Is none other than the Anja brow chakra of the Kundalini Yoga. It is brought into manifestation through the following process. Note that in the following procedures, push your stomach out from your lower abdomen during your in breath and contract it during your out breath. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aung Hung Kashang. 5, 6, 7, 8. Aung Hung Kashang. Breathe out. Having decided the objective of your meditation, focus your eyes upon the center brow. They're telling you how to do a meditation. Breathe in during the first two counts while mentally chanting Aung, Aung the first count, Hung the second, and the third to the sixth count. Hold your breath, contract your perineum. It'll do it by yourself. That's the muscle under your root chakra that cuts off your pee. On the third, kashang and hold. It says the fifth count, aung hung, aung on the sixth, hung on the seventh, and and then release the perineum. As you chant, aung, visualize the brilliant white disc rising up on the. They're telling you how to do a meditation ritual. So then you go back to a time and place for everything. You're supposed to do that during the time of Heru Huti. You're chanting and fasting, read, while 4 days and 4 nights in sleep, chanting and fasting, like the bottoms. And you will be able to play any role you choose. And puck, you will make all your desires come true. Your parasympathetic system has begun to rise, but it is still underground, putting out less than your sympathetic. How are you supposed to get to the next level and you don't even know that? And you're not practicing that every day through meditation. You got to practice it. And that's why people be reading this book and they got to put it down. It's very difficult to grasp. It's very difficult to grasp. That's why you got to be really studying, reading. So if we transfer all of that, and it's only been 40 minutes, if we transfer that into boxing, into the understanding of what boxing is, how in turn are you going to know any and everything if you don't even know how to deal with your pineal gland? That they describe all of that in the pineal gland to describe you how important your pineal gland is to your body, and that's your anja. your third eye. And it's actually a gland in your body. So there is no denying it. They're talking about a gland in the body that helps you, that has a hot force and a cool force. And then you talking about boxing and sports and getting the best out of your body. You don't even understand that the consciousness and will of pugilism, the sweet science that dwells in the body, or the consciousness and will of the supreme being, and to understand them and get them down the best, you should understand how to work your third eye. That's just, those are bars. Those are what you call bars. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I am saying? How are you supposed to conquer these things when you haven't even conquered that? And then you want me to come straight in and be speaking about boxing and busting packs and doing all this colorful speech when you don't even know how to control what's inside. You have no understanding of it. That is crazy talk. Your third eye is what's going to protect you in the ring. It's in Genesis. It's in Matthew. And then people be wondering why I just, when we get to talking about boxing, I'll be like on the fundamentals. So tough. And then people be teaching not the fundamentals. And they be teaching things that are so. I was in a gym. It was so cringy to me. I was just in a gym training my man Dion. It's so cringy watching and listening to people coach boxing, because it's like, why are you telling him to do this? Why is he doing this? Why? 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 That's why I'm gonna start. That's why I be asking everybody. Now, like when I be talking about boxing, I just be like, why? And then I'm gonna say, now stand up and demonstrate that with fundamentals involved. Because I'm not saying what you're saying is totally wrong, but it's gonna prove in time that it's wrong because it's not fundamentally sound. You're gonna look good at first, but you're not fundamentally sound. And over time, from not having the foundation of boxing, knowing how to bend your knees the right way, not just bending your knees, bending your knees the right way. Like that's very important. Like people be bending their knees, but their knees don't be bent the right way. And then they get in there and they start getting, and they can't get Get it together. Or it could be they don't know how to execute the jab to keep somebody back up off of you. You understand what I'm saying? Boxing is very technical. People think you could just tell people how to do something because it worked for them. No, blood. Why did that work for you? That's what I'm gonna start articulating like to folks. Like, no, blood. Why did that work? Why did that work for you? You just telling him, hey, if you just do this, why? These kids, these children, when they come to boxing and teaching boxing, they want to know why now. Why? They can see if it works, and then when they watch professional boxing, if you not looking like them, they want to know, well, why did you do it like this? And it really ain't no excuse because somebody has told you in time. In time. If you are sensitive about it, then you sensitive about what you couldn't do in there. And there's no need for that because all it is practice. You just got to practice it. And that's the thing. People be practicing things that are not fundamental and they get good at having bad fundamentals in a rush. That's what you don't. You do not want to get good at having bad fundamentals. That's not a thing. You don't want that in boxing because it'll create the illusion that you're better than what you are. And then once you get your pack busted, like Cuz got it busted, which is Devin, because at the end of the day, I don't even know it was a billionth of a gram. That means you was looking for a way out for real. Then on top of that, you teaching things that have no fundamental basis in the sport of boxing, in the craft of boxing. These guys just be teaching anything. Yeah, I'm gonna teach my son. Man, you're not teaching him nothing. You're not teaching him Nathan, bro. That's when I seen he got a Sean Porter type of style. Yeah, a dad who never boxed before, teaching his son something. And listen, they made it work, but he had enough sense to be done when it was time to be done. Or I mean, he could have really still. Sean could have got some more work, but he'll rather, retire than hire somebody else besides his dad and watch how much his skill grow. And I get that was a thing at a time. It's not a thing anymore. It's time. It'd be time to just give it up and get into your son's well-being for real. Cause it's never gonna go your way for the simple fact that if you never did it and master certain things in the craft, fundamentally, you studied it, like it's gonna be detrimental to you. These need to be taken out of the refrigerator and stored up here. In here. Yeah, dog. You gotta really understand the realm and the technical aspect of what boxing is. It's not that easy. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be running around here trying to do it. They will be flying around here trying to get it done. And I mean it. I really mean it. They really would. They will be out here trying to get it done. They're not. You know why? Because I don't care what you say. Getting punched in your head is not a thing, and it hurts. So you can think it's sweet, but it's not. So it don't you gonna get a certain age, you gonna get and you gonna realize, man, this shit hurt for real. This shit hurts. I don't wanna do this like this. This is hurting me. It's actually physically painful. You see what I'm saying? Once you get to that stage, then it's like, oh no, like I thought it was a little different. I thought it was a little different. No, it's not. It's very technical. There's a lot of technical things you gotta know how to do in there. Cause if you don't, your pack is done. Your pack is done, buddy. So you better act like you know. From where? No, you don't tell me what you about to do. Yeah, that's why you can't make weight, cause you're going to get garbage. No, you stupid. That's why you don't know nothing. You going to walk to get some food when there's food in here. And that's why your diet trash. Your diet trash. Why you trying to call somebody stupid? Don't know anything. These kids is crazy. I'm glad it is. I'm happy. I'm happy. Because I'm done being around people who can't box. No, no, you can't box. You really not that nice like that. You 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 not that nice like that. He not that nice like that. He not that nice. He not that nice like that. The name is Hamza. But yeah, dog. So you can be, you gotta really know the technical skills. Like people just be saying and doing anything, like Lil Cuz was just doing. Be in there not landing no shots. Can't even land a jab. It take time to learn this stuff. You just don't come into the boxing and get to getting work and no, it don't work like that. It take a minute before you even looking sweet. You can't even land all them punches. Like that's what I was telling somebody. People who be landing all them punches like that in boxing, they be really good for real. Like you don't understand how good they be. To be landing 5, 6 hooks, running them combinations. Like these people be good, and on top of that, they be experienced. So it really take experience. He said, I got the book on Asarianism about the only literature I don't have. So thanks again. Go get got it out of your store set up. Oh no, most definitely. Appreciate you. Most definitely. Co-star vids. Yeah, dog. So it's kind of like it don't matter what Ryan do. It don't matter what none of these guys do. Eventually, when you get into the boxing again and you start back boxing, someone's gonna bust your pack if you haven't been working your fundamentals. And that's one thing these old school boxers had. They had fundies, dog. They definitely had the fundamentals. They did not play. They had fundamenties. They had fundamenties. They fundamentals was A1. I be seeing a lot of these guys, they be thinking they fundamentals is on point, and they don't be. Nowhere near on any points. I'll just be looking like, man, what was they talking about? They are not hemes. They are not hemathy. And it's confusing. Because you had the people thinking you was hemes, and you wasn't. You was faking as hemes. You were faking as hemathy. You had no understanding how hemes even worked. So yeah, it's like I'll just be watching fights. You can see how people don't have it's not just in your style. It's actually your fundamentals are what shape your style. No matter how the style is, whether using cross block, whether that doesn't matter. Is how you're technical in the cross block defense. Have you actually worked on it? Have you learned how to move your dome piece? I see a lot of fighters, they don't understand head movement or know how to do it. They don't know the ins and outs of head movement, pause. Like the technical aspect of head movement. Like those things are very technical. Your body mechanics on how to move your head. Eventually, people gonna start picking you off because the body mechanics of how you move your head are incorrect, and they're gonna be able to pick off your shots because your head is not moving in the correct manner, so that you're not actually getting out of the way. You won't be actually getting out of the way. Some niggas is gonna look like you getting out of the way, and then others is gonna look like why he can't get it out of the way of his punches, cause he throwing more than one, and he keep throwing. Like you can't just give out instruction with no actual meaning behind the instruction, the direction. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? I was watching it the other day. I'm just like, why is he having him just throw random punches? See, people think the pros is just these punches don't mean nothing. Like, no, blood, there's certain punches you need to learn. Like those are facts. Like it's certain punches you actually have to learn how to execute. It's a part of the pro. It's a part of the professional boxing style. It's very important. This is why I be saying, like, when you start studying boxing and studying different coaches and understanding, oh, I see, they were doing it like this because of this. Then you see very quickly who's teaching what, how they're teaching it, if they're teaching it even with any type of understanding, correctness, any of that. You see it right there. You see it off rip. You like, damn, why would he? Why is he telling him to do that? That doesn't make any sense. And then if you come along though and tell them, they're gonna have some weird. Well, no, because I seen. If I say first thing, I seen. Not nothing you did. I seen. And then you be like, no, blood, it don't work like that. What you seen is what then is not what you thought you seen. And then that's when they be mad about it. Oh shit. There's steam coming up out of there. And then that's when you be like, no, that don't work like that. And they want to argue what they seen but didn't do. And that right there, that's for the birds. That is for the birds. The birds come with that. The birds definitely come with that behavior because it makes no sense. I'm telling you, hey, no, bro, what you seen, I know what it looked like, but that's not it. And then that's when it's time to shut it down, and they don't want to shut it down. Well, just because you boxed. Wait, what? And then they start asking, well, you don't think? No, I don't have to. I don't have to think because I already know it. This is when children just be talking and they can't even show up to train every day and do mitts. They can't do nothing. They just be all talk. When they gotta take that hot bath and they in there crying over it. Man, I can't. Crying over that hot bath. Crying over that hot bath. Everybody ranked, no matter what you say. Everybody's ranked on the box rec.
I'm ranked number 2.
Man, I'm ranked as retired. You're talking about some amateur business. I could care less about that amateur business. I could care less about that amateur business. It's the amateurs. It's the Ammies. It's the preliminary Ammies. You got a shirt on and the headgear. And now the Border Wars is doing sanctioned events. And now they can't get nobody to scrap. Because now you could lose for real. Everybody be talking. Now the Border Wars is here. Ain't nobody trying to scrap for real now. And that's like, man, y'all just all talk. See? Y'all just all talk. Y'all ain't trying to get to work. Of course they're not. Who trying to get out there and get hit upside their head for real? When they know they don't know. They just want to talk boxing. They want to talk it. They just want to talk it, blood. And they don't really want to. That's when it get weird. When you just want to talk. Now it's time to actually get that Border Wars work, and ain't nobody trying to get in that work. I'll fight you at this weight, and we doing catch. Man, shut up. Y'all can't even get to work for free. Niggas gotta have them amateur books. You gotta know what you doing out here. You can put the clown business aside. So that's what I'm saying. I be wanting to see it now. I want to see it. I want to see the work. I want to see it. I don't want to hear nobody talking. Get in them Border Wars and get your work in. And all the yapping can go aside. All the yapping can go. All the yapping can go. We don't even need to hear it. We could just see you work now since you know so much. And then next we talking about something, we trying to get Troy in the border. Nigga, I didn't have my wars at the border. What is you talking about, bro? I done had my wars at the border, my G. Get some of these guys who be talking boxing on these platforms on there. They know so much. That be crazy. They know so much. And then I'll be like, well, get a scrap. That's just what I was on, but hey. Now in the world, now this is the world where niggas can be mad at the guy who was getting the scraps. Now this is the they be in the world where now it's time to be angry over the guy who actually trying to get to work and entertain. They mad at that guy. That's when you have to take a step back and let those guys do their thing. But then when it's time to get to work, you gotta keep them honest. Hey, bro, what's up with that border wars work? What's up with that? Where y'all at with that? Where y'all running, ducking, and hiding? It ain't time for that ducking and hiding. We wanna see the work. We want to see the work, buddy. We don't want no complaining. None of it. We just want to see what you're working with, like Mystical was talking about. Pause. We want to see what you're working with, like Mystical was talking. See what I'm saying? Mystical was saying we want to see what you're working with. Troy, the master teachers, Dr. Ben Yosef, Dr. Clark, Chancellor Williams. Yeah, those guys really have bars. Shakur, who's Shakur fighting? Who is Shakur fighting? Who is Shakur getting some work with? And listen, if the guy he getting work with is not a known puncher, he gonna be in there going tooth and nail for real. If dude hit him a certain way, he gonna kind of go to what he know, but he gonna be trying to make improvements and stay in there and get that pocket work in. That take time. That pocket work take time to master. That pocket work takes time to master, buddy. That pocket work definitely takes time to get down packed because the inside work, you gotta be comfortable. You gotta be comfortable with slipping punches and shit. You gotta be comfortable with rolling the punches. And it's all good when everybody got on the headgear. Once that headgear come off, people people ain't slipping them punches and everything the right way. Now they getting up out of there. They not staying up in there. Listen, I don't care who you is. I trusted in my defense.
You almost got dropped.
Hey, bro, you just talking.
I got something else.
You know, it's not never happened. I could put it on the YouTube right now.
Now, what time was that YouTube
Everybody
channel?
gonna see that I tripped over dude's foot because it was a right-handed against the southpaw. I was not hurt. I didn't get dropped. No, you ain't supposed to be doing shit. You're just talking. Once again, you're just yapping
You're yapping.
like you
That's
normally
why
do.
That's why you only got 8 fights now.
Yeah, I only need 8 fights.
Nah.
No, I only needed 8. I only needed 8. I don't need all them fights.
You know, because you would go get your pack busted.
No, I actually had a detached retina. So how was I gonna get? I never got my pack busted. No, I never got it busted. I never got it busted. No, nobody fights anybody real. Well, actually, I did. I fought Lugo. He was real. He had 38 fights. That is enough. No, that's enough. Yeah, he was 25 and 25, and Aaron fought him later in his career. He didn't fight him in his first 8 fights. What is you talking about?
What is that? Huh?
What it look like, blood?
It looks like some vegetable you want to put on your sandwich.
Where you see a sandwich? No, you just see bread.
Oh.
You're just talking. Like I said, you just be yapping, blood. You don't know what you be saying. You just be yapping. The little man right here just be yapping. He don't be knowing what he be talking about.
He hit me with a left hand only one time, and he thinks he's like that against me. He only hit me with a straight left hand like this.
He already telling y'all what I did.
He hit me with a straight left hand. He like this.
He already telling you what I did because I smoked his boots.
That was only one time in his career. He never did it again.
That's why he telling y'all today. He ashamed of it.
I'm not. I'm actually.
You ashamed that I stole you. Dropped you. Yeah, you did. You got dropped your first time sparring at HitFit. Yes, you. You got dropped trying to do the shell.
What?
Mhm.
You're yapping. Only got dropped by you.
No. You got dropped. You got dropped sparring at HitFit your first time.
I dropped them back. Now you just talking.
You got dropped first.
No, I didn't. I hit him with a raw did it too.
We seen you.
I could call my dad to tell him to pull up footage right now.
You tried to do the shoulder roll.
I didn't even know about the shoulder roll.
Yes, you did. That's the thing. We was trying to tell you stop doing it.
I didn't even know about the shoulder roll.
He was in there trying to shoulder roll.
I was not like this. I was not like this.
That ain't even how I go right now today.
How about this? But when I fight, I didn't have my hands up like this. I be boxing like Usyk.
You do not be boxing like Usyk.
I do be boxing like Usyk, but you don't let me because you told me to go jab in the foot, and I don't want to get it.
You don't know how to use no jab. You don't know how to box. These kids just be talking. He don't even know how to use the jab. The dude Frank Martin beat before the tank fight. That's gonna be a decent fight. Dude is tough. Dude is tough. When they fight. When they fight. Prospects. It's some guys out there. Tiger Johnson. Shoo Shoo. Hey, it's not too many. J-Man 96 said he fight on July 6th. Yeah, I want to see it. Everybody be talking about everybody's style of fighting. Yeah, he good. He good. I gotta see him do more though. I gotta see him do more. Listen, a thought just came to my mind. I keep telling you it's something about these guys turning pro early without going through the amateurs. When they haven't even beat these guys in the Emmys. They all look good right now. I need to see that 10 round mark. When I see you around that 8 to 10 round mark, that's when I'm gonna know if you heems. What? Yeah. Ain't already in the washer? No, the stuff on top of the washer is clean. I told you that this morning. That's your stuff. You don't know what you're doing. They just down there talking. Cuz be drunk. You hear him down there just yapping. Abdullah Mason is good, but all these young dudes turning pro early without getting into amateurs, I'm starting to understand. Yeah. Well, no, they let Keyshawn do it. Why would you? You know why? Because them amateurs, that headgear be on. Not get out my face. Excuse me. Abdullah Mason. What happened to his brothers? Why they ain't go nowhere? What happened with them? Oh, it was one time pro before him.
Oh yeah, his brother didn't go for because he wasn't that good.
Why?
No, you not that good. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
I don't know.
Who teaching them boxing? That's my point. That is my point, buddy. Thanks for answering it. His dad is teaching him. And that's why I'm not sold, because these Ohio niggas, they dads, they just good in the amateurs and slapping and being athletic. When they get down to that real technical skill, they don't have no idea what to do in there. They resort to their amateur tactics. They resort to the amateur tactics. Those are facts. And that's why I said I'm just waiting to see, because literally I was watching Tommy Hearns. The dude was boxing for so long. They said his last fight was in 2006. Like, Tommy Hearns had real work out here. He was the first four-time world champion. You can't even. What can you say about that? And Adrian Bronner is one of the youngest to do it. So that's why it makes it crazy, because Tommy Hearns is the first to do it, and Adrian is one of the youngest. And Chris Algieri talking about he's the worst four-time world champion. My nigga, well, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you do it? Explain it. Niggas always talk about what somebody is the worst as, and why didn't you do it? That's where I be at with it now. Why didn't you accomplish that? If somebody is so worst at it, why didn't you do that? That'd be my point. Tank, Dev, Ryan, Shakur, Tio need to get that Super Six mix going. Anywhere past 140, they getting their packs busted. Of course, they should do the Super Six and all have rematches in there, and they should just be fighting each other. They should have the Saudi, the Sheik put it together. Hold on, I need to. I'm about to do something. Oh yeah, get my water, John. Yeah, they need to have the Sheik put that together, because the Sheik could have all of them fighting, and then they could be scrapping, and it'll be hard, because then they could just be rematching each other over and over and getting to work. They said Shakur about to go to Eddie Schmearns. Watch out, Knight. They said Shakur about to go to Eddie Schmearns. Eddie Schmearns. Shakur about to go to Eddie Schmearns. Facts. Could tell all types of runbacks and trilogies. They think they can pull a Jake Paul. No, we need to see the work. Yeah, no, we need to see that. We need to see it. It must be seen. It must be. And that's the thing where when you're not gonna see certain works of the earth because nobody understands how to work. They have no idea how to get in there and get technical with the skill because they lack it. Yeah, Tim Bradley just be talking. You have to recognize the guy who wants to be the sensational guy. He just be talking, blood. I remember one day he seen me. He told me I was too small to be fighting at the weight I was fighting at, and he was smaller than me. Like, bro, you just short and fat. You just short and fat, bro. You're short and fat. And that's that. You gotta relax your mouth. Pause. Cause you not you was in there purposely fighting the wrong fights, trying to bust your pack. Trying to bust it. You know what I'm saying? Why was you doing that? He was literally in there trying to bust his own pack down. Literally in there trying to bust it. Pause. Gotta say pause every time you say bust it. Can't just be saying letting that fly around like that. Yeah, dog. It's crazy because not everybody has sense in their head. Not everybody has sense. I be wondering where it be going myself. I be wondering, like, why is he saying this? He's not making any sense. Zero, zilch, nada. Blood, let the bathroom air out. You in here stinking it up all day, pooping on everything. You and Night stinking up the bathroom every day. Yeah, you gotta really understand. Like boxing is just not you going there like. And my one of my students yesterday was talking about it. Like, damn, like fighting is one thing. Like, I'm starting to realize like some people just be in here fighting. And I'll be like, yeah, I know. That's what I'll be trying to tell people. Like, it's really technical. It's a real technical thing. You really got to know what you're doing. It says Bradley dipped when Thurman and Spence and Porter hit that quick Provodnikov fight. Definitely took life out of him. Those are facts. Then Quez says the boxing game has yet to give Floyd credit to these times are the Hunger Games for those with no defense. Those are facts. The Hunger Games. They have no defense. They'll be running traps. It's crazy. It's crazy talk. Gotta get my hair done. It's growing out. As you can see, it and grew out everywhere. That's a lot of hair. I'm putting Jamaican black castor oil, and then I got a spray that I use. I got this spray is made out of like neem powder. I need to make another batch of it because the batch I got has been sitting for a while in the heat, and it's kind of smelling like vinegary a little bit. But yeah, I'll be using that. I'm about to get that batana oil from Sebi, from the Sebi John. It's called batana oil. That batana oil, he said it heals everything, the alopecias, it all. So I'm about to get that batana. That's why you got to keep the. I'm gonna put it on the Amazon link for y'all. It's called the batana oil. I got it on my John. It's by Raw Cosmetics. The batana oil is lit. They be talking about it all the time. When you keep talking about that batana oil over and over, and they end up showing it in the Amazon. Hey, blood, we're going to the park to get that work at 1 on the mitts. Let me know if you scared on the mitt. We leaving to go to Brookdale Park.
We're not going to Brookdale.
No, I am.
Why are we going to Brookdale? That's where Chris lives.
No, I'm just cause Dion want to do the mix. We gotta do the mix. And we out. We gonna get to that park and get that work in. Get sharp out here in these streets. You gotta stay sharp in these streets. Where's my fingernail clip? Oh well. You gotta stay sharp out here. Yeah, we about to go to Brookdale real quick. Get that work in on the mitts.
We gotta stop by the gym real quick.
No.
Cause I need my gloves. Can I wear the pink thing?
Yeah, you can wear the pink things. You gotta be ready to get that work in though if you wearing them pink things. Them pink things is for that real work, that real deal.
Why did you want the pink one? Why didn't you get the blue one?
Because the pink is more fresh. And you gotta be like that to be in them pink things. To be in them pink things, you gotta be like that. To be in them pink things, you gotta be like that. It says Bay Area barbers are canceled now for dudes player hate like crazy. Need to get the oil game. Hey, listen, quiz. That is what should I use for light edges barber be? Hey, listen, stop going to barbers, bro. That's why I grew my hair out.
Hey, Hamza. I'm gonna go to Brookdale Park right now.
No, we about to leave in a minute.
But you take the two. I need to go.
Hey, blood, shut up.
I'm gonna be there before you even think of it.
I'm about to be over there. I'm about to leave in like 30 minutes. Be waiting
Oh,
on you.
I'll just take my bag.
About to go to the gym. Oh, you need your you bet. Oh no, you wearing the eights?
Yeah.
Where they at? No, blood. You gonna ride with us or you not going?
I'm going out riding the bike.
No, blood. You good?
No, I'm not gonna leave for 30 minutes.
I gotta wait on Dion, bro. You just talking. You don't run shit. Goodbye. You gonna get there? I'm not even gonna be there. Yeah, dog. We about to go to the park and get that work in. We gotta get that work. And that's one thing I don't do is play basketball outside. It's indoor rec only. Yes, listen. Bay Area barbers are done. I don't even partake in their foolishness. It's not a thing for me, buddy. I got tired of dude cutting my hair crazy. I have no idea how to cut hair. Mad at the waves. And then I like to steal people in their mouth. Dude kept cutting my hair crazy. It's how you keep the beard cool. You gotta have that blood flow. Create that blood flow in that jaw. Yeah, man. I'm about to be. That's what I'm saying. When I'm even teaching technical boxing, is we running the same moves and we running variations off them fundamentals. Yeah, I'm not into the enhancement. Ah, Quiz. He had you looking absurd with the enhancement. That is crazy, bro. And this is why I never was into that. I never was into the enhancements. It's not a thing. They done got sick with it. They doing whole wigs. No, blood. I'm good. I'm good, blood. How you keep the beard cool? You gotta hit it with the oils and the brush, my G. The beard stay cool. Keep it soft. Then you hit it with the pick later. That's how we do it. Keeps it moving. Night. What are you doing, blood? You guys keep it cool, Night. What? Oh, ain't nobody in there. Yeah, dog. So that's why I really like even being in gyms. I don't even being in gyms be too much for me nowadays because they be talking about things that are not things of boxing. It is crazy when you actually get a dose of it. You be like, man, what? What did he just say? That's not even boxing. It's not boxing. And it just leave you in an odd place. It's like But what are you teaching and talking about? It actually makes no logical sense in the realm of what boxing is and how it works. Even if you was just to use the 4 point criteria scoring system, they don't even know how to teach boxing off the rules of boxing. They be having people doing all types of stuff in there that ain't got nothing to do with anything. I was just looking at it yesterday and I was utterly disgusted. I was just looking. I see it a lot, and then they get mad when they on that summer jam screen, and I'm explaining that that's not it. That's just not it, buddy. That's not it, and that's not what we doing. And we got to do better. And that's the thing. I hold myself to that standard of just being a good practitioner of the craft. Hit the cash app, dog. That's the thing when you. See, that's what they have like a practitioner. It's like we do this every day, all day. It's something that we do. It's something that's done. Boxing gyms. It says Quiz says, but boxing gyms do be tripping. Dude, they say with the great knowledge come more disappointment. When I wasn't woke to this BS, everything used to be cool. Listen, bro. What comes great knowledge comes, and doesn't come any disappointment. What happens is, um, the disappointment is not disappointment that you logically reason with. You really understand that people don't know what they say they know, and you just have to just be like, man, this is not gonna turn out like how you think it is. And then that's when you be like, man, that's crazy. Like it's not that you predict in the future, but if you know fundamentals, how is it gonna turn out any other way? Unless he switch the game up and learn fundamentals and learn how to do things a little different. See what I'm saying? Other than that, it's not gonna work out to your benefit because you haven't started your boxing craftsmanship on a fundamental basis. That's the part to where people be losing. They start their boxing out with fighting, and then they say it's boxing, but it's not. It's fighting. And then when the fighting doesn't work anymore, then they be too stuck in their ways, and they don't want to reprogram. Cause the reprogramming, they gotta be listening. This is why I make sure the fundamentals are known. Them fundamentals have to be known. And that's why I don't be in boxing gyms. Yeah, I really only hit the hembrellos. I had some zigzags the other day. Some zigzag hemps. The hembrellos, listen, this is why. Because tobacco give you a high itself. And that's why people like that head rush. you get when you hit that tobacco weed, when you hitting that tobacco and weed, but weed helps you expel tobacco from your lungs. That's why I'm only smoking hemp. Hemp is weed leaves. My dude said he got the hemp leaf that they be rolling, putting it together. Yeah, my dude be smoking the wood sometimes. I'm good. That directly be affecting the air and affects your cranial nerve. See, the more you learn that everything is interconnected and interdependent. Once you learn that, then you will start taking your everything more seriously. It's like if I was comparing anything to boxing. Like you take any punch away, like you have to go to something else, and this is not gonna be the same. The jab is what you need to have room to breathe and do other things. It's like you wouldn't. Everything is so interdependent that yes, we understand the jab is different from the hook, but an educated jab hand is knowing how to flick, stick, feint, hook, and up. And that's all could be considered not jabbing, but having an educated jab hand. Because it's all interdependent on how you land the straight jab, because it's so simplistic. You get it now. It's so simplistic. That's why you got to chain different moves together and do different things. It's a simple thing. Hey man, y'all need to hit that cash app. We about to get ready to get up out of here and go get this work in at the gym or at the park actually. At the park. We about to go get this work at the park. We gotta get this work in. That is mandatory. Listen, we learned a lot earlier. We learned about the utat and the nehebet, which is the actual anja, the oraut. Like this is when your oraut is going in. It's the most auspicious time for that John. For that oraut. It's most auspicious. You see what I'm saying? It's most auspicious for the fact that it's gonna help you get to the next level and keep you protected. That's why you gotta have that. That third eye has to be on point. It has to be on point, buddy. And it has two electro positive and electronegative forces. This is why it's the protector. That's why they call it the seat of all sword. Al Sardis is Ra, consciousness and will. That's why I said it's mother protector. Listen, that is tough. The Anja, the Anya, actually. 'Cause ain't no Ja. And when you look that up and you look up the definition, I mean not the etymology of a J in old language, it's a Y sound. It's a Y. So it'll be Anya. Well, it could. Well, you know what? I already know it is because when I looked up Japet, it's a Yapet in Jesus. So I know if I look it up, it's gonna be Yah. That's what the Yah is. Yah is you, and An is life, and those are facts. Says social media changed boxing gym culture, though it's hard to be around some folks these days. Quez said Ward again was a master of head and hand manipulation, sticking you, poking you, hooking you. Yep, Dre had. I mean, he had the all-time great boxing style though, so he was gonna have those things. When you got the all-time great boxing style, those things you possess. Those are the things you possess. That's a part of the possession of the all-time greats. When you watch them, you start possessing those attributes in your style of boxing, and that's where it becomes very important. You gotta understand that. That's why you gotta work on that all-time great boxing style. Watch the all-time greats and see what they do the same. See all the things that they do that are alike, and then you will start understanding how these things. You have to implement these things in your style, like head movement. Anybody talking about they got a style where they don't move their head is drunk. Half of these young dudes you see, once they get to a certain threshold, they gonna be done. I can tell you right now. They show too much on the internet. Listen, they show too much. They show too much on the internet. Too much nonsense. Not even doing nothing. Knight, what are you looking at? All y'all animals do the same thing. Hey, stop licking. Get up. Get back up. Licking me and licking your lips. I don't want to hear it. I don't. Peace, missus. My brother. No need to kill each other. Those are bars. Yeah, we gotta go get this work in. We don't get these bars in. We gotta go train some folks. So we're gonna go get ready to do that. Driving home down here to the park. Then we'll be back later for a live. Be prepared. We're gonna break down some things about Shakur, Stephen, the son. See what he got going. And we'll be back. Listen, warn yourself. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That could have been crucial. Hey, listen, hit the Cash App. We out of here because we got things to do, and we'll be back. Listen, Heru Huti, God neither protects, kills, steals, heals, grills. It left you with the power to do that yourself so you can have your own comfort. You reap what you sow. That's basically it. Hey, listen, I'm in Hotep. It's real.